Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me tonight. Hopefully we have a good audio signal coming through. Tonight we have a good show planned for you, hopefully. Foodie is all talking about her health. She went to the doctor. She's got all this stuff to report. Amber is off her semaglutide. She's off her diet, all that good stuff. So I am expecting a pretty good show tonight. At least I hope so. All right, let's get it started. Hopefully you folks can hear me. All right. Well, let me see if anybody's in the chat yet. What's up, Fiona's mom? Good to see you. Elisa, good to see you. Welcome in my early chatters, and welcome into any lurkers. Anybody watching the replay, you're all very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And hopefully you enjoy the show tonight. Welcome in, Emily. Pleasure to have you. First time in the chat. Always happy to have a first time viewer, first time listener. Thank you for coming in. Make yourself at home. Hopefully you enjoy the show. Let me cut off this music here before I forget. All right. Hey, Detective Coachies, good to see you, man. Nancy, hello, Nancy. Olga K, hi-yo. Olga, good to see you. All right, everybody. Let's get this party started here. And I got this edit here from, I think this is from No, I Don't Think So. I've been using a lot of No, I Don't Think So's edits. Great edits of Foodie. I really like them. Here's the link if anybody wants to check out the channel without my blabbing over it. But yeah, let's get straight into it, right? Before I, and I'll share a little bit about what's going on with me later. But I don't, things are going good. There's no need for me to waste, it's. I don't want to be the subject. Let's talk about the show, right? Fun stuff. So anyway, yeah, Foodie. Apparently, she went back to a doctor. Oh, let me give some intro also, because I know not everybody's up to date. Foodie has put on a lot of weight in the last 2 years now. She's been in Kuwait. She looks like she's put on 100 pounds since she got there, at least. Probably more like 120, 130 at this point, because she looks like she's gained another 20 or 30 just this year. Or excuse me, just in the last, 6 months. So yeah, so she's gaining real, and now she's eating more than ever. She's just really just going nuts. And apparently she went to the doctor finally. She hasn't seen the doctor in over 6 months, at least that she's willing to admit. So yeah, let's hear Foodie explain it. And I'll welcome the rest of you folks into the chat also. Let me make sure. Hey, welcome in. Here you are. Pleasure to have you tonight. Hopefully you're having a good evening. And welcome into you too, Dot. Hello. Hopefully you're having a good evening. All right, let's get it started. Foodie.
Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. So this is a video just...
Oh yes, and please subscribe if you'd like to give a subscription to me. I'm always happy for that. I appreciate that very much. And if you want to give a subscription to No, I Don't Think So, where I got this video from, be sure to give them a sub too if you'd like to see this.
Providing you an update of... take my glasses off, they're fogging. I don't need them anyway since I'm not driving, but I like to look around and it's kind of blurry otherwise, but...
For the record, she's the one who left the please subscribe box on her video from start to finish. Whether it's her desperation or unwillingness to edit, it's an eyesore. Speaking of eyesore, I'm curious if she discussed her eye this visit. If she really went, that is.
Salah is getting my...
Yes, that's right. Allegedly Foodie's eyes... some people, some days it's worse than others. Right in this video, her eyes don't really seem to be swollen, but like one side of her face swells up more than the other. You can kind of see that, but we're not sure how much of that is from obesity. We're not sure how much of that is from swelling. We're not sure how much of that is just from, sometimes people's faces are just naturally uneven. Is Foodie just an asymmetrical girl, or is she, suffering from some kind of severe blood pressure condition?
Medications topped up at the pharmacy, and I thought I would take this opportunity to just,
am I too loud?
give you
Thank
an update about
I'll cut it down a little.
Seeing the doctor today. And yeah, so where do I even begin? I have a little bit left of my sugar-free flat white. I got it before my appointment, but whatever. So it's been about
Catch it up a
7
little
months
bit.
or so since I've seen a doctor regarding my diabetes, had my A1C checked, and they usually recommend every 3 months. Basically, I had my weight checked, and I'm right back up to, actually, it's really weird because I'm 166 kgs.
Okay, I don't believe that
seems
for
like
a
the
second.
cursed number.
166 kgs. Foodie has been up and down the same 10, 12 kgs, which in pounds is what, 25 pounds? She's been up and down the same 25 pounds for 2 years, according to her. It is a lie. It is BS. She actually admitted her real weight, if anybody remembers this, back when she was doing one of her fake health challenges or health journeys, whatever she calls it, health cycles. She said that she needed 3,000 calories a day or 3,200 calories a day to maintain her weight. And when we plugged those numbers into the calorie calculator, it showed that she had to weigh over 400 pounds, like 420 pounds. So there you go. That's a fact right there.
For me,
Can't deny that.
Right away she's lying.
Look at it
You would
laying
be
it
so
on.
lucky if that was your weight. We know how you mess with scales, what you really
Yes,
eat in a day, and how you looked years ago when you claimed to be this weight.
I'm just gonna flat out.
Foodie scale constantly is tampering. She won't show us a live weigh-in that is not suspicious. Every time she does a live weigh-in, she always gets on the scale, and before the numbers stop moving, she gets off. She gets on, and it goes from like 150 kilograms to 160 kilograms, up and down, and then she steps off before it can actually stop on a weight. Like, it'll go up and down, and then she thinks we're stupid, or I guess she knows her beezers are stupid. She realizes that the reactors and the viewers here aren't as dumb, but she only needs her beezers to be dumb.
Admit, hands down, I have just been
No
really,
respect for
really,
her
really
audience.
struggling, and
None.
with making any kind of dietary lifestyle changes that are healthy.
Foodie's struggling with dietary lifestyle changes. Foodie's diet changes are so BS. And I know most of you have been around and see this, but I'm just, for anybody who hasn't had a chance to hear me say it, Foodie does not even understand what a real healthy diet is. She may have lost some weight in the past, but she does not even know what a real diet looks like. She has this fictional idea that a diet is eating cottage cheese and celery only, and practically starving yourself and exercising for 4 hours a day, like some kind of a professional athlete. That is, yes, that is dieting. Yes, that is something people do. But that is not what you have to do, Foodie. All you got to do is stop eating all that McDonald's and stop lying to your audience, lying to yourself, saying you need more time.
So I got weighed. I had my A1C checked. It's 10. It's back at 10. I think it was 10, I think last year, maybe a year and a half ago, and then it went back down to 9. Now it's back at 10.
No one is surprised by this. You made zero efforts to tackle your diabetes. Quite the opposite, actually. As if you thought you could ignore it altogether as long as you took your medicine.
That is actually a very common mindset. And as much as I love my mom, she was guilty of that for a long time, thinking that, oh, I could just take medicine for my problems. I don't need to really address the root causes. No, the medicine is like putting a Band-Aid on an open bleeding wound. It's not going to fix it if it's a serious problem.
Guess we'll get 1 week of a sympathy grift arc before going right back into fast food mukbangs.
I did ask.
And that's another thing too. Foodie she's even admitted it herself. She has no other content other than doing the mukbangs, or maybe trying to do drama. I agree, Emily. I think that Foodie, it's going to take, in my opinion, it is going to take at least cutting off toes, and it's probably going to take cutting off a whole leg. I'm not just being facetious. I really do think Foodie is going to have to lose a limb, or she's going to have a major, like a seizure or a stroke or some kind of a major serious health event that's going to put her in the hospital. And for now I'm too quiet already. It goes up and down so much. Let me lower Foodie a little bit. I think that's the problem. I got Foodie too loud. That's the issue. Let me adjust balance.
Him about my face, because a lot of people were commenting, like, asking.
Sorry for the audio difficulties, folks. And part of the issue is every time I update my software, it feels like the audio settings get changed a little bit. Every time I do a software update, they add a new setting and something gets changed just a little bit, and then I got to fix it again. So my apologies for being a little bit, having the audio settings a little bit jacked up in the beginning, but we'll get it fixed. Hopefully they're good now.
About your face, like your eyes. I don't know, people say my eyes are bulging out of my head. My face is droopy, my face is puffy, and the doctor literally just looked at me like I was mental and just completely dismissed what I said. Like he didn't even really like acknowledge it.
Right, because that's what doctors do when you bring up severe symptoms.
Hey Jamie, welcome in.
This never happened. She just wants people to stop commenting on her leaky, bulgy eye.
And Salah kind of gave me a dirty look, like, why are you even asking these stupid things? So yeah, so y'all can stop.
You feel my pain. You know what it's like.
I'm having a stroke, whatever you think, you know, that I'm dying. I mean, you know.
Foodie, I know, and another thing, I want to ask you folks your opinion on this, because this is one of my favorite things to get your opinion. Foodie got her driver's license not that long ago. I want to say it was when I was taking my break is when she got it. Does anybody else think that she got that driver's license because Salah just kind of wasn't able to keep up with her needs for fast food delivery, and she just couldn't afford enough delivery, or the hours that she wanted to get it were just too weird? I feel like it was basically she wanted more food delivery than Salah was willing to get or that she could afford to pay for. So getting her own driver's license was the only option. That's what I believe in my heart. Unless somebody has a better theory, which I'm totally open to.
Like, I'm not healthy, but, you know.
You're not healthy, really?
I think people are just really dramatic. You know, really dramatic, like over the top.
Hey, welcome in, Mushy. Good to see you.
Conditions are serious.
And Nirvana, good to see you too. Welcome in.
I'm not here to, you know, make believe that they're not. I feel like I'm all over the place. This appointment was more for my diabetes checkup, but also to talk to a doctor about trying
that's another thing too. Foodie, this is so typical of Foodie. She waits, what'd she say, 7 months to go to her follow-up diabetic appointment? And she never once went to the diabetic education class. And this is something she's actively been making it worse. It's not like she's been trying to get healthy and she just, you know, kind of educated herself and said, well, you know, I don't feel like going to the class. I've already got it figured out. I'm already getting my weight down. I mean, not that that's a good idea, but I mean, she doesn't even have like any kind of reasonable excuse. She just skipped it. She went to the doctor for the follow-up, but she still hasn't gone to the class. And she absolutely needs the class because if she's not ignorant, she's pretending to be ignorant.
Thing new to help me.
I don't think she's secretly smart.
Here's the part where you're going to be
probably
a bit disappointed, but I cannot really. I don't want to talk about it right now.
I don't want to talk about it right now. In other words, I got to save it for content for later because this is some of the only content I have that's interesting. Talking about, you know, how I'm slowly dying. It's so morbid. Foodie's like, I gotta drip out that content. I know you people are, you know, you're interested to know how much longer I'm gonna live, so I'm not gonna tell you in one video. I'm gonna make you earn it.
You know, reveal what it is. I don't want to do that basically until I've done it consistently for a good week. Okay.
So in other words, she's never gonna tell us. If she's gonna not tell us until she's done it, until she's eaten healthy and stayed on her program for a week, then she will literally never tell us because she is never going to make it a week on any program. I shouldn't say never, but I don't see it happening. If it does, I'd actually be happy for Foodie, first of all, because I don't want her to die from diabetes or anything like that. I'd be happy for her if she got her health under control, but I'd also be happy because I think that would be way more interesting. Because that would be a totally new story. Be like, oh my God, Foodie actually followed through for once. What the heck? It would be really interesting. But look how deceptive she looks. I know this is a freeze frame, but look at those deceptive eyes. Squinting, knocking off to the side.
Okay. And after that week, I will let you know everything, like in detail, okay?
Oh yeah, sure.
And why is that? So no one can hold you accountable, so that you can move the goalposts after trying and failing for a week.
I agree with
But
no, I don't
wanted
think so.
to get some help with that in particular because I definitely need it. And Kuwait has a lot of obesity specialist doctors. They have
I wonder if the obesity specialist doctors, you know that she has to be the biggest person they deal with. Like, there's no way they have even one other person there in their clinic who's as big as she is. Like, maybe they've dealt with one person like that size in the past, but I doubt any of these clinics actively have another person as big as her. Like, they're probably dealing with people who are like, 30 pounds overweight, 40 pounds overweight, somebody maybe, a woman trying to lose some pregnancy weight, that kind of thing. They're not used to dealing with somebody like Foodie.
A lot of diet clinics and stuff like that. There's a lot of different lifestyle change programs.
Yeah, I think that's
dietary wise for people with diabetes,
good question.
with obesity, because Kuwait has an obesity problem. I think it's the Santa Fe sauce. Like, I start a lot of things. I don't finish.
I think that deep down inside, I think that she doesn't really, I think she lies to herself, but even she knows not to believe herself. Like, I think she lies to herself and says she's going to do it. But if you said to Foodie, hey, you got to bet money on this, she wouldn't bet the money. I think hope I'm making sense with that. Like, she lies to herself and she'll tell you she believes it. But if you said to her, all right, Foodie, but you're going to have to pay if you're lying, she would say, okay, I'm lying. I'm not really doing it.
Finish them. I quit them so fast on my channel, and I just don't want to disappoint people by getting them in my corner by starting something.
You could just get down to pray 5 times a day. That'd be good exercise.
From all of the outside sources of you guys, because no matter how
welcome
much
in, Mushy. I don't remember if I welcomed you or not.
Opinions and everything, I feel like you guys are on board with me with this a lot of the time.
I'm sorry,
my
sorry
my life.
You've been
mom. Watching me for a long time, and
it's so frustrating to hear.
I just really, really feel like I can't have that noise right now. So it's better that I keep it
exactly
out of the public eye for now. I will share kind of how I'm
really. Something, now that I'm thinking back on it, I think it's been so long since she talked about the doctors. So I'd have to go back. I don't really remember as well as I should. But I think I do remember something similar. She may have said something about how she couldn't find a weight loss clinic or something, or they didn't have a weight loss clinic that treated binge eating. I think that's what she said. She couldn't find somebody who treated her condition. Something like that. And because I remember she always complained about that in Canada, that the clinic in Canada didn't treat her binge eating seriously. They only gave her a prescription for really strong drugs, but apparently, according to her, that's not taking it seriously. Speaking of prescriptions for strong drugs, if you need something stronger, check out my Glitter and Lasers special this Saturday, because she has been on some prescriptions for some strong drugs over the years, and we're going to get to hear all about it on Saturday morning when I do my Glitter and Lasers special. We're going to be going over her Medical Detectives podcast, and I've listened to a little bit of it, and it is a riot. You are going, if you enjoy exposing or seeing any of these fake influencer types be exposed as fakers and hypocrites and liars, and just really watch them have enough rope to hang themselves. Essentially, she gets an hour just to talk to an interviewer who agrees with everything she says, and she just talks herself into a hole. So I think it's really hilarious, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Feeling symptoms of because I even sounds weird for me to say, but I'm gonna go through a ton of fast food withdrawals.
You're gonna go through a ton of fast food. That's what it is. Fast food withdrawals. That's a new one. Foodie is so addicted to fast food. She's such a junk food junkie that she's going to go through fast food withdrawals. Wendy's withdrawals. She's gonna go through trying to think of a funny word. Kentucky Fried Cravings. She's gonna go through it. Seriously, withdrawals? The word withdrawal is dead. It's overused. We got to stop saying withdrawal. Withdrawal means something very serious. It means, and I'm not saying that she won't miss the food, and maybe for her it will be kind of like a withdrawal, but she's just going to be like really hungry for a couple days. And for her, I guess that will make her act crazy. I don't want to downplay it.
I go through a lot of withdrawals in general.
A lot of withdrawals.
Not having the food that I love. And it's going to be really hard.
We were talking earlier, does she believe what she's saying? I think she really believes this part. I think she genuinely believes that if she tries to stop eating the food she likes, she's going to become physically ill. I think Foodie has convinced herself of that. And at this point, she has a psychosomatic illness where that's where you give yourself an illness psychologically. You get yourself so worked up psychologically, you make yourself sick. And I think that's what Foodie's doing to herself. I think that she does that because she's such a food addict that she's so used to having it that she starts to panic when she doesn't. And I think she mistakes that panic for an actual illness.
It's going to be mental, spiritual, physical detox from changing the way I used to eat to this new, dietary plan. At the same time as, getting a checkup on my diabetes.
That's
kind
a
of
good
have
point.
a fresh start idea of
to be fair, it could have been because she couldn't afford to pay for the clinic in Kuwait. That could have been it too. Kuwait probably had a clinic, but they probably, you had to pay cash. Whereas in Canada, she still had the insurance. That might have been it. But yeah, that's still a fair point. And another thing, Foodie tried to rewrite history, and she tried to say that Salah never cheated on her for real, and that, he never actually consummated the relationship with another woman, but he never consummated the marriage with her. So, he never cheated on the other. If he never cheated, then they never consummated the marriage. So, if his cheating wasn't real, then their marriage isn't real.
Where I'm going, and so I can keep track of numbers when I'm doing this new lifestyle change. And I want to make sure that the doctor's on board with that and okay, and I got the go ahead, everything is okay. But I'll explain more of that, what this lifestyle change is,
this new lifestyle change she's making is so complicated that she can't really explain it yet. She needs to talk it through with the doctor and make sure it's okay with him, but it's going to work really good, guys. Trust me. But I can't tell you yet. I got to clear it with the doctor first, but you're going to love it once I finally... This is such bull crap. Bull crap. Wow, I'm censoring myself.
Whole new thing is, okay?
So what could this whole new thing be? Is she starting Ozempic again or what? What do you girls think?
Ooh,
Yeah,
I hope I hope Foodie starts some kind of medication, because she is so hopelessly addicted to food that I believe that she needs some kind of serious intervention. People have said she needs to go to an inpatient eating disorder clinic. I like that idea. I also like the idea of her getting weight loss drugs. I like the idea of her getting maybe weight loss surgery. I don't know if she's a good candidate for it, but I think that she needs to look into serious treatment options, because she can't just keep doing the ALR. She can't just keep doing the lying and the pretending and acting like she's going on a diet and then not really doing it, because that will catch up. It's already caught up with her. She's 100 pounds heavier than she says, and the weight she's claiming is nothing to be proud of.
It takes a long time in the pharmacy. It's usually pretty busy, or I don't know. But yeah, I'm right out of supplies.
Unless you've gotten down to that
I don't
weight.
need needles.
Let me rephrase that. Any weight can be a good weight if you're working in a healthy direction. So I don't want to say that, if you're 3-something but you came down from 500, then that's good. So I don't want to say that that's automatically bad. But if you're going up to that weight, that's not a good place to be.
They always give me a box of needles. I have like 2 boxes already that I haven't finished, but all my meds, like insulin and stuff like that. So I think that's about it. It's just going to be a short little update video. One other thing I want to say is that, and this is major.
This is major. Not like the fact that she, her diabetes is basically uncontrolled. She's taking the and keep in mind, her numbers are not good. They're not like terrible. She said she had a 10 A1C. And Kidney J did a video about it. I don't remember the exact numbers. I think you want to have like a 5 or like a 6. But a 10 is still pretty high because she's on medication. And the medication is supposed to get it down to a healthy number.
Okay. One thing that's major, and that's I'm not going to be eating on camera.
BS.
Mukbangs are just, they're so easy, and they're just such easy content, you know?
If
I
she
would love
goes
that.
through with that, it'd be one of the best decisions she
Biggest
could make
Loser.
for herself. It requires no effort, doesn't distract her from thinking about food all day while also letting her justify massive portions to herself. Keep yourself busy by making content that takes effort and has nothing to do with food.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. Foodie, I know it's going to be tough to make content other than just mukbangs, but it really would not be that tough. Because if you were dieting, you can make videos just showing your diet. People would be interested in that. If she was dieting for real and losing weight, people would be interested. Same thing with if she was doing an exercise program. People would be interested in the videos, especially if exactly like here you just like here you are just said. I wish you had some kind of hilarious boot camp. Foodie, I hope you're watching this. Probably not. But if you're do an actual weight loss program, and even if you don't succeed, it would still be better content than doing mukbangs. The sound is shaky tonight. What the is it quiet or is it just going in and out? Because maybe it's something I can. Let me try something real quick. Hold on. Testing. Settings look okay. I'm gonna try if it still keeps giving problems, I'll try refreshing the feed, but hopefully it will get a little bit better. Hopefully it's just internet.
You get to eat good food, you get to conversate, you get to talk about whatever, and it's not gonna mix with my new thing I'm trying here. First of all,
it could just be the internet or the software. Every now and then it does just kick up a little bit. Hopefully it'll clear itself up in a minute.
All the things I'm going to be consuming are not going to be mukbang worthy, and it's going to kind of give away what I'm doing. And I don't want to just, I don't, I have to realize that I can't do both. Like, I can't do both, especially right now at first. I can't focus my channel on food when I'm trying to change my lifestyle. I'm going to lose some audience because a lot of people don't like the more serious content about my life. You know, a lot of people just like to come and chill, watch me eat food they can't eat. And now I'm one.
Watch food they can't eat. That is something I'm not sure about. I know she says that people in her audience say they like to do that, but I think it's mostly feeders who like to watch her do those big mukbangs, or people who enjoy watching the spectacle.
Those people that can't eat that food that I would eat in my mukbang. So I have to really, you know, I have to do it, guys. Like it's, you know,
what?
Like, it is gross for people to like talk about my death and stuff, but
I need to look into that, because if she's seriously lost 100 pounds, I am impressed, and I want to give her some credit for it, because I did not think she was ever going to do it either. So I need to look into that.
It is a reality in a way. Like, I'm not going to live a long life like this.
Foodie, you can't call those Obeses supporters if you have to justify saving your life to them. Besides, a lot of people, whether they're haters or Obeses, are hoping to see you succeed in this. I might not like you as a person, but I don't want to see you die either.
I think of my husband. He's so young and he's a lot healthier than me. He should have a health.
Okay, Salah is not so young. We've talked about this a few times now. He's aged so much in these last 2 years. He looks older than Foodie. He looks late 30s to me. He does not look young. He looks maybe early 40s even. I mean, he does not look young.
Healthy wife. He's really just like at his wit's end. Like,
really?
He's just so concerned about my health. Like, he can't. Like, he's just so worried about me. I was thinking of all the pros.
Agreed.
Like, I wrote them down, and I'm just gonna keep looking at them every single time. I want to get rid of that CPAP. It's starting to make noises. Like,
oh, the CPAP. The one that Nader pissed in, allegedly. That is a crazy, that CPAP has been through some crazy stories. I still need to actually react to that. I watched that CPAP rescue video. It is so hilarious. I need to do a reaction.
I don't want to fork out like more money. I don't want him to fork out more money on another CPAP.
Welcome, Fallen Angel.
You know, the doctor actually told
Good
me
to see
this,
you.
that there's a chance
Shout
that
out, member
some
Fallen
people
Angel.
have sleep apnea, like a lot of thin people too, but sometimes it's not reversible, but sometimes it is. If it was caused by obesity, but sometimes it's still not. It just depends. I'm hoping, and
I believe Foodie's apnea is reversible. It seems to be entirely related to her weight. So if it's entirely related to her weight, then why not? Why would it not go away if she lost the weight? I mean, it's possible it might not, but I think it would.
praying. You know, I'll get another sleep study done here at some point, like, but that's so far down the line. I'm gonna need that machine for a while now. But there's so many things. There's just so many pros. And the only con to all of this is just that I have to suffer for a short time. I just have to get through that initial...
Foodie, you got to stop seeing it as suffering, though. You got to stop seeing it as suffering. Because Foodie is not somebody who needs to go on an extreme diet to lose weight. It's not like she's trying to cut, down, to some extremely low weight for some athletic performance reason, and she needs to go on an extreme diet. If she just cut out McDonald's one day a week, she would probably start to lose something. I mean, maybe she wouldn't lose, but she would at least stop gaining. If she just cut out 1 or 2 mukbangs a week, she would stop gaining.
Miserable thing, and maybe I'll probably always struggle with this, this...
She's eating so much more now, too.
It's just always gonna, be there. And I don't think that eating disorders and addictions fully go away. I think they're always there. I think they can be manageable with the right help, with the right system. And I think initially...
Yes, Foodie, with the right help and the right system, but what is your system? What's your help? Telling Salah to, don't let me eat junk food, Salah. You need to control what I eat. He can't control you, Foodie.
I'll just push through that. It's going to be tough. I don't want to really announce like what it really is and everything, because I don't want to let people down, but just know that I'm working.
I don't want to let people down. Foodie, you don't want to say it because you know you're going to let people down. Like we said earlier, she lies to herself, but even she doesn't believe herself at this point. She knows she's full of crap.
And I'll update you fully with all the tea about what it is in about a week, okay? I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do for content. I want to be like an inspiration. I don't want to be like...
Do you think in a week she's even gonna make it a week without mukbanging some crap? She wants to be an inspiration. You are an inspiration. Look at Rosie.
A mess. I don't want to be known as somebody like, people don't want to become like. I want to be like, I want to just kind of inspire people in a way. And for that to happen, I have to become the person I want to, that is in a position to be that person. So I have these insightful moments, and then
insightful moments. You have these moments where you BS the audience. That's what you have. You have these moments where you talk crap. Exactly. She has the speech written down and laminated, and it's laminated because she is so full of crap it would stain the speech paper. Ooh, that's an interesting question. Well, it's been a while since she made her last trip, hasn't it? It's been... when was her last trip she made? I missed a lot when I took my little breaks. I don't really remember when she made her last visit out of the country. But it's always possible. Foodie is sneaky like that. All right, yes, let's check out. ALR actually has some interesting news for once, at least for me, because I'm interested in all this health crap, right? May really make it sound interesting. But yes, I am interested in this stuff. Let me put on the little bumper real quick. Oh, and by the way, let me put on my doctor disclaimer. I'm not really a doctor, just so you know. All right, so let me switch over to Amber. Because she was on semaglutide. She was apparently trying to diet, which right after being with her feeder girlfriend, Amber's been all over the place. She's been all over the place.
After my nap, I did weigh myself, so here it is. Day 3, January 28th. Alexa, what is the date today?
Today is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025.
Hello. It's ready.
Okay, stepping on.
Okay, so that one thing great about this video is giving the dates. So this is kind of like a collection of clips from the last couple months. This is from January, which I guess she was still doing weigh-ins. I don't follow Amber as closely as Foodie, so I have to catch up a little bit.
502.6 pounds.
All right, Amber at 502. I don't know if Amber is fudging her weight a little bit, but if she is, it's not by as much as Foodie does.
2.6, so stayed the exact same. So I stayed the exact same, which everything about checks out. That makes a lot of sense. So the first thing I'm eating today is the exact same sandwich.
Okay, so let's look at what Amber's eating. I love to do these kind of meal reviews, look at the calories. So let's let her describe it. It looks like a bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich. I actually don't hate that. I got to see what she put on there as far as like, did she put on mayonnaise? Let's see what condiments she has. But I don't hate a little bit of bacon on the sandwich.
I made yesterday, which is like 490 something calories.
490 calories. What'd you say it was again?
I made yesterday, which is like the first. So I'm eating today is the exact same sandwich that I made yesterday, which is like 490 something calories. It's actually 462 calories. We have grain bread, bacon.
462 calories. I think for somebody Amber's size, that's not so bad for a meal. I think that would be a lot for somebody who's on the smaller side. But for somebody as big as she is, she could certainly eat 2,000 calories a day and still lose weight. So I don't think 500 calories for a meal is unreasonable. So I don't hate this. I think it'd be good to have maybe a little extra bulk on the side, maybe like some carrot sticks or something.
And lettuce, red onion, a little bit of mustard, and a serving of mayo. And it is genuinely delicious.
That is possible.
And this is how it looks.
All right, let's get a look inside. Let's see how much actual bacon is in there.
Delicious.
I mean, it's not that much bacon. But yes, you're right. When you're 500 pounds, you probably shouldn't be eating any bacon. I'll say this, though. If she's going to have a little bit of bacon, if you got to make sacrifices. Like if having the bacon lets her stick to only eating that sandwich, then I think it's okay. If she has a second sandwich when the camera's off, then she should probably avoid the bacon. And that's probably what's going on here. I don't think she's sticking to just one sandwich. But if she is doing what she says she's doing, then I think that's not so bad.
And this is how it looks. That is amazing. I said yesterday it's a 10 out of 10.
I will say for somebody, if you want to try to cut down the calories on that, if you're looking to go a little bit lighter, you can go with a tortilla or like a low carb wrap. I know that it's not going to be quite as tasty as the bread, but if you're really looking to cut those calories, that's where you can do it. And obviously bacon, you can certainly find, just maybe some boiled ham would be a healthier choice. But if you want to splurge a little bit, some bacon and some bread, it tastes good.
I thought maybe it was a fluke. And no, today
Denise, exactly.
10 out of 10.
You're right. I'm
this right
not
here,
denying it.
All right, you guys are in my fridge.
If you really want to be healthy, you gotta.
So I'm gonna have two of these Duke's hot and spicy shorty sausages.
Okay, now this here, I have to look at these specifically, but I don't think I like these. It says 7 grams of protein, but how many grams of fat? If this is like most of these packaged sausages, they're just so loaded with fat and salt that I can't recommend it, even though it may have some protein. But again, I would have to look at the specific calories on this brand. Maybe it's better than I realize.
For 130 calories, you got fully.
Okay.
Sorry for that. Okay, you guys, so I want something cold and sweet. So I'm gonna have one of these orange and cream fruit pearl cups. I tried one of these in my
That's
last
a
vlog.
good
And
insight.
it's really amazing. So I didn't realize it actually says squeeze, shake, open, and enjoy.
Okay, so what are these? Fruit pearls, squeeze, shake, open, and enjoy. What exactly is this here?
Literally amazing. Cream fruit. Okay, you guys, so I want something cold.
Fruit pearls. What is this? Orange and cream. Well, I mean, it looks okay, whatever it is.
Cold and sweet.
Only
so
8
I'm gonna have one of
calories.
these orange and cream fruit pearl cups. I tried.
Okay, and one thing, okay,
These are my
actually
last
stop and
vlog,
look at
one
her
of these
freezer for a
orange
second here, because this is a really interesting
and cream
look at her
fruit
freezer.
pearl cup.
Look what you see here. Frozen yogurts. And frozen yogurt, people might say, well, frozen yogurt, that's healthier than ice cream, and you're right. But Amber's 500 pounds. I don't think she eats a single one of these. I know that I can't limit myself to one. I eat 2 of these. Whenever I get any of these kind of ice cream things, I always eat 2. I don't eat 1. And Amber's a lot bigger than me, so I'd be surprised if she eats less than 2. And if you're eating more than 1 of those, it's not really dietetic anymore. Like these are the kind of things that stop being dietetic the minute you eat 2 of those.
Cups. I tried one of these in my last vlog, and it's literally amazing.
Yeah, right?
So I didn't realize
Do the,
it actually says squeeze,
do the
shake,
Rosie.
open, and enjoy. So
Oh, speaking of Rosie, I don't want to crack on her too much, but the other day I saw her make something that was just so nasty. It was like this. It was this protein yogurt parfait, she called it, and maybe it tasted okay, but it was so caloric. And it had a lot of protein, which is great, but it was like 700 calories or something. It was just so much. It was like something like a power lifter would eat.
I'm gonna squeeze.
Or a mountain climber, you know?
I'm gonna shake. I'm gonna open. And it's still all stuck together. So not
She does
true.
do a lot more than
Instead,
Foodie.
I'm
I
just
can't.
gonna
That's not even a
break it
question.
apart.
It's not even a question.
You guys, I'm telling you, these are so tasty and satisfying. Cheers. But I think what happened was, like, I was so high.
Oh, the
on
yogurt bars? I
lecithin
didn't think about that.
that I crashed and burned.
I mean, the calories are pretty
I
similar.
couldn't stop crying, and I was missing Tommy and feeling lonely, and it was bad. I haven't done anything today. I haven't been motivated, and I haven't showed anything that I've been eating, and I didn't even weigh myself. Like, genuinely just like,
And this is while she's on the Ozempic, which is, you know, which says a lot. That even on the Ozempic, she's able to still eat pretty well.
like need a break from talking about me, from talking about how I feel.
Welcome in,
from
hippie
talking
Easter.
about what
You're
I'm
not late.
doing,
You're right on
from talking
time.
About my life. I just kind of
We just started early.
So that is what I'm choosing to do today. I'm just really tired of hurting and really.
Oh, it
tired
does
of
look
talking
like
about
that.
it, and
Those are fun.
So I want to give a few updates. The first one is about my 10-day challenge that I was doing.
A
But I
10-day
very much
challenge?
have put that on hold. Like sitting here and just like vlogging my food and weighing myself every day and like talking about that all day is like not really what I want to like preoccupy my mind with.
Okay, she doesn't want to preoccupy her mind with talking about food and talk. Well, does she think we want to see more Lego videos, or does she think we want to see more drama with her feeder girlfriend? Like what? I mean, maybe that's what her audience wants. I don't really follow Amber as closely, but this is what I'm interested in, just as far as Amber goes.
I'm going through a lot mentally. I am going through a breaking heart, and I am sad all day long. I try very hard to come on here and like put on a mask and try to be as positive as possible, but like deep down, I'm hurt.
Amber has such a flat affect. She just seems like she couldn't care less, and she's like, I am hurting so much. I am just so broken up about Tommy. My heart is breaking. It is so hard for me. I'm like literally dying inside, and I'm putting on a mask. And she just sounds like she couldn't care less.
Hurting, and it's affecting my life.
It's affecting
I will
my
say
life
though,
so
I
much.
was having a really good time showing you guys what I was eating, logging on my fitness pal and like weighing myself daily and showing
Probably.
you guys, you know, the calories.
Secretly,
and the
yeah,
wins.
I do.
So once my brain just feels
Oh, yeah,
a
if you
little
used to hope
better
your mom's
and my
okay.
heart feels a little better, I will definitely start doing that again. It's just really hard to do anything lately. So the fact that like I do get up every day and I try to make the best of it, like it's putting in a lot of effort.
It's she is just She is really giving a lot of effort in this video right here. I mean, look at how much emotion she's putting into this. Just getting up and doing anything when she's dealing with that much heartbreak is a challenge. I mean, let's let her describe it again. This is like an earth-shattering level of depression. This is like, you know, making Romeo and Juliet look like they had a good day.
Start doing that again. It's just really hard to do anything lately. So the fact that like
she even smiled as she said that. Look, she kind of smiled when she said that. Look at that.
I will definitely start doing that again. It's just really hard to do anything lately. So the fact that like
she kind of like smiled. She like kind of does this little smirk. Exactly. Elisa sees it too.
I try to make the best of it. Like
exactly. I just saw that.
Effort, trust me. So the next thing I want to talk about is semaglutide. Am I still going to be taking
she
it?
She can't even get through it without smirking.
Yes, I am. But there's an issue. I have no more semaglutide, and today is Friday, and I'm supposed to literally double my dose on Sunday.
I'm supposed to literally double my dose. When she starts throwing out the literallys, you know it's serious. Because we didn't get a single literally about the heartbreak, but we already got one about the semaglutide.
And I don't even have any. They told me to contact them about it. I did that. I even vlogged and I was like, you guys, I messaged the provider because it was my third shot. That's when I was supposed to.
I bet Amber was hoping she would run out so that she could have an excuse to binge out for a couple of days and then go back on it and be like, oh my God, guys, like the worst thing happened. I ran out of semaglutide and like my cravings were just out of control and it's not my fault. It's not my fault because I was out of semaglutide, you know? So like, it's not my fault. I was just so heartbroken over Tommy, you know? Like I really was I couldn't even get out of bed. I was so sad.
Tell them. He asked if I wanted to double my dose. I said yes, and it still hasn't shipped. And that was almost 2 weeks ago. Like something like this wouldn't bother me if it was like a materialistic thing, but this is like a medicine and I'm relying on this company, you know? So it is just a little frustrating. My fingers are crossed that like maybe tomorrow it'll get shipped out. Like it's Saturday and I'm pretty sure things ship out on Saturdays. So again, fingers are crossed and I will definitely keep you guys updated.
How much you want to bet that if she could get her semaglutide door dashed or she could get her Starbucks door dashed and she only had enough money for one, which do you think she would get? If she could guarantee her semaglutide on time, or if she could get her daily Starbucks immediately, which do you think would get priority if she only had enough money in the account for one?
I was just genuinely looking forward to doubling my dose, actually.
I was looking forward to, she was looking forward to eating less.
Once I do double my dose, like it'll actually start being in effect because I'm taking it for a reason. Which reminds me,
doubling her dose. She probably was on like such a tiny dose to start that it didn't even affect her at all. She probably like took the smallest little dose she could just so that she could say she was on it. But it probably wasn't even enough to have any actual effect on her diet. It was probably like a placebo dose. It was so small.
I have had some people ask like, why does semaglutide make you nauseous? Does it like depend on what you're eating?
That's what I've heard.
No,
Detective Coachise told us about that.
A lot of people nauseous. That's like one of the biggest side effects, and that is the reason why it makes people not want to eat. I never notice a difference whether I eat something very small the day prior or a little heavier the day prior. Like if I'm getting nauseous, it's literally just because that's a side effect that decided to happen, not really based on the food that I'm eating. But
how do you know you're not nauseous? Because you're so heartbroken over Tommy, Amber. How do you know it's not that? How do you know you're not sick from all the heartbreak, right?
I wanted to give you guys an update because I just got an email. As you guys know, Sundays are my semaglutide shot day. Tomorrow's Sunday, and I ain't got my semaglutide.
Oh my God, like I'm so upset. I'm not going to have my semaglutide, which means I'm going to have to eat. I don't want to do that. It's going to be terrible. I'm going to be forced to eat.
I said in my last vlog that it hasn't even been shipped yet. Well, guess what? My fingers were crossed on my last vlog, and I said, please ship on Saturday.
I was hoping
and it did. It is going to be here days late, but I think that's okay because I messaged the provider and I said,
really?
Y'all, I'm getting it late. I don't know what happened. And they were just like, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. And I was like, it's fine, but am I still allowed to like increase my dose because I'm supposed to be like doubling?
I actually spoke with her. I didn't really ask her for like a big update, but she sounded like she was doing a little bit better. we talked just quickly, just asked how she was doing. She said she was doing a little bit better. But just kind of said hi kind of thing. But she sounds like she's doing a little bit better. I don't want to speak for her too much, but it sounded like, like things have been going a little bit better lately. I know she's still struggling with a lot though. So I don't want to downplay anything, But I did speak with her. So yeah, and she said thank you very much for all the well wishes. I told her that a lot of people in chat had asked about her, and she said thank you to to all of you folks. And she really appreciates it.
My dose, and my provider said it's fine, so I should be getting it on Tuesday. Your girl's doubling her dose on Tuesday. I'm not looking forward to it because not being nauseous.
Oh, thank you so much, Nirvana.
I'm telling you, I haven't been nauseous for like almost a week, and it's just been.
I've been nauseous for almost a week. Did she ever actually tell us the dose that she was on? Because if I didn't, unless she tells us and shows us, and even if she shows us, I might not believe it. But I've got a feeling she was on like the tiniest little dose. But yeah, Mom is actually coming home tomorrow. Yeah, it's been that, she's made that much recovery. So fingers crossed it's going to go smoothly. But yeah, she's coming home tomorrow. So hopefully it doesn't interrupt the Saturday show. But yeah, she's doing so well. So thank you very much. She's actually watching the show, so she's going to appreciate that, Nirvana.
Been great. I don't know. We'll see how increasing my dose goes. I am a little nervous. I am not gonna lie. I have the anxiety about it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna let myself down. Regardless if I'm on semaglutide or not, like your girl needs to lose weight and she's on the journey to do so. Like I lost 16 pounds in January and I am very proud of that accomplishment. 16 pounds in a month is really, really good. Hey guys.
16 pounds is good. Even for somebody at Amber's weight, 16 pounds is great. As long as it's the beginning of a real weight loss, then that's fantastic. I just hope that she's not doing the Foodie where she keeps gaining and losing the same 16 pounds without ever making any real changes, without ever significantly impacting her health.
Guys, it is the next day. It's February 3rd, and I just want to say I'm very upset with myself. As quick as I can lose 13 pounds in a week of water weight, I can also pretty much almost gain that back. So we're going to try to do 10 days of calories again.
Thank you, Denise.
I've just been in a really bad headspace, mental headspace.
No problem, Nirvana. You have a great night.
Caring about how much I've been eating or anything like that. So I'm like super swollen.
Hope to see you
like
Saturday.
My lymphedema leg, which by the way, I now have lymphedema in both legs, but I'm referring to my right one, the one that's bigger. Like it is.
Did you say lipedema or lymphedema? Let me go back. Because if she mixed the words together, I'm gonna be frustrated.
Lymphedema in both legs, but I've
Did you say lymphedema?
About how much I've been eating or anything like that. So I'm like super swollen, like my lymphedema leg, which by the way, I now have lymphedema in both legs, but I'm referring to my right one, the one that's bigger. Like it is extremely swollen. I prefer counting my calories.
How's that going for you, Hippies? Does it continue to work well for you?
I don't care what I'm eating right now. For me, it's all about being in a calorie deficiency.
Okay. A calorie deficiency. It's calorie deficit, but at least she's on the right track. But yes, I believe in that so strongly. Even though I've actually started gaining back some of the weight because I've been feeling good, so I've been eating. Back when I was a little more stressed out, I was eating less, and now I'm back to eating again. I haven't gained it all back yet, but I've gained back like 5 of the 15 pounds I lost. But anyway, yeah. So you gotta be flexible. You got to be able to work with what you got. And sometimes that means you have a lot of great options, but sometimes it means you have junk food. And if all you have is junk food, you got to cut your portions and you got to try to find the best options available.
Guys, so today is February 4th. I just woke up and I realized...
Like if all you have is a vending machine, and in the vending machine, all they have are candy bars, grab a Payday. At least it's got peanuts, right? At least there's something in there. It's not just chocolate. Or just, or potato chips, right? Like let me give you that perfect example. If you could choose between a bag of potato chips, a chocolate bar, or a Payday, which is people out of the country, that's a caramel candy bar full of peanuts. Take the Payday, because at least it has peanuts in there. At least it has some nutrition. At least it'll fill you up.
That I am a complete flop. Yesterday, life won. So we're starting the 10 days of counting calories and weighing myself today. I'm gonna take Twinks out, I'm gonna weigh myself, and then I'm gonna get in the shower and I will catch up with you guys when I'm
no problem. Enjoy the show.
Okay guys, so it has literally already been half of the day, and I'm finally back to vlogging. We have some updates.
She'll appreciate that.
So we're gonna start off with my weigh-in, so here's that.
Hello.
Oh, good point, Jamie.
Hey, Freddie.
Stepping on.
And speaking of compression, Glitter and Lasers is going to be talking about her compression. Actually, may even cover some of her tonight as well, because she just got her new surgery on her arms. Apparently, she got skin removal surgery on her arms and liposuction on her arms. And her arms were probably one of the few parts of her body that really weren't like that big, like compared to that's not her problem area. So I don't even know what they're thinking.
509.4 pounds.
509.4. Literally horrific. I understand. I am so swollen. Literally the only thing I could do is like move forward. Like I am always gonna.
I love that when she loses weight, it's because of, good, healthy weight loss. But whenever she gains weight, it's that darn lymphedema. It's that darn fluid.
Struggle with lymphedema, always gonna be a thing. But it just sucks that like I gain weight like triple or maybe even quadruple as quickly as I would if I like didn't have that. It genuinely just sucks. So I showered, I obviously got ready for the day. I also ended up eating while I was doing some work on my computer. So I had a poke bowl and a Nutty Buddy, so I'll show you that here. All right, so I'm going through a food fixation where I love.
That's a poke bowl? Because that looks like a poke pool. That's huge.
So it's
that's a big old bowl, whatever that is. What does she got? Okay, it's full of rice, crab mix. I've got a feeling there's a lot of mayonnaise in that crab mix. Oh, there we go, spicy mayo. What a surprise! A bunch of mayonnaise. That kills this, because other than that, it's not so bad. I mean, double rice is probably not a good choice. And a lot of corn, I mean, maybe not too much corn. But other than that, the cucumber, the green onions. There's actually, something on second look, this is pretty unhealthy. This is just basically all rice. It's basically all rice. Like, look at that bowl. It's basically just all rice. Like, and avocado is healthy fat, but it's still a lot of calories. So a giant bowl of rice with avocado. And where's the protein? Just the crab mix? I don't really like this. This is not a healthy choice. I don't know how many calories are in this, but I don't like this at all as an option.
Crab and like just a bunch of vegetables like jalapeno, edamame. Is that even a vegetable? I don't know. Corn, like the list can literally go on and on. I guess I could put my little order thing right here for you guys to see. But that was 662 calories. Also a Fanta, 0 calories. And then I had a
and a Fanta? And a Fanta? Did she say a Fanta?
Calories, also a Fanta.
Was that a sugar-free or a regular? Because anybody who's not aware of this, an orange soda and grape soda have the most sugar of any soda. And I love the taste of both of them. I think that I love sugar. I'm like a sugar addict. But I'm in remission. I don't have it very often. But that grape soda has got so much sugar. It's like significantly more than a Coca-Cola. A Coca-Cola is like 140 calories for 12-ounce can, and a grape soda is 170. It's like 20% more calories. It's a lot.
0 calories, and then I had a Nutty Buddy for 310 calories. So,
she said it was a 0-calorie orange soda. Okay, good choice. A Nutty Buddy. These here are these are so tasty, but they are loaded with palm oil. These are just all oil and shortening. Bad choice. They taste good, but this is not real chocolate coating. This is just like an oily coating. It's like, and it's, again, it tastes okay, but it is so bad for you.
So it came out to 972 calories.
Super delicious. 972 calories. Okay, that's a fairly honest number, I think, for that bowl plus the Nutty Buddy, because that bowl, 700 calories, sounds about right. I still don't like it as a choice, but at least she's being straight up about what sounds like the calories.
Delicious. Obviously, it was a very high-calorie meal, but it was worth it because it was freaking tasty. Like, I was genuinely so full, I couldn't even finish my poke bowl. All right, you guys, so I'm about to have 2 of these beef and bean burritos. It's
wow, I can believe that, though. So I can totally believe that. I can totally... soda is so many calories in soda, especially if you drink a lot of it. So it's a massive difference maker. When I was a kid, I was chubby, and I used to drink soda like every day. I would drink a sweet Pepsi. And looking back, I probably drank like enough soda like to gain 2 pounds a week. I probably could have lost 2 pounds a week if I just quit drinking soda. Just looking back on how much I drank. As far as microwave foods go, a plain beef and bean burrito is probably one of the better choices. But I can never really recommend a pre-made microwave burritos in general.
Of them. Okay, you guys, so I'm actually in the middle of getting ready for bed, and I had to remind myself to end
It's
this
not that
vlog.
bad.
So I had a sandwich. I took a picture, but I did not take a video. So that's what you're looking
I
at
would
now.
say
It was
being
pretty much
healthy
like a
feels
BLT,
better,
but without the
but
tomato.
I agree
add
with
some
her
onion,
principle.
add some chicken lunch meat, and then I had a coconut outshine bar.
What was the
which I
sandwich
forgot
she
to take a
had?
video, and I forgot
Let
to
me
take
see
a
the
photo.
sandwich
But
she
I'm
had. Let me go back.
pretty much like a BLT.
So she had another BLT here. If you notice, this one has more bacon than the first one. So she's already, she upped her semaglutide, but if you notice, her portions also went up. Like that's more bacon than there was on the sandwich she had a week ago. And there's also some turkey or chicken, which isn't a bad choice, but the extra bacon is not good.
But without the tomato, add some onion, add some chicken lunch meat, and then I had a coconut outshine bar, which I forgot to take a video, and I forgot to take a photo, but I'm still telling you, it was literally just like a coconut, like,
Yeah, you think,
ice cream bar type deal.
You think that
There's
she would
only
a
110
little bit
calories,
more.
so in total today I've had 2,147, and that is all I will be having for the night. And all the drinks I've had today have been diet, either a diet Fanta or diet Dr. Pepper.
So 2,100 calories a day for Amber. If she could stick to that, I think that's a good number for her. I don't know if she's also incorporating some exercise, but like we said before, at her weight, 2,200 calories a day would give her a sustained weight loss, a good sustained weight loss. So I think that's a number that she can certainly maintain because she eats pretty well and it still gets to that number.
Hello, welcome to a new vlog. So
in fact, that's not much less than what I eat in a day. I try to stay around 2,500 a day. I'll go about as high as 3,000 if I feel like overeating. But that's usually where I try to keep my numbers.
Is February 5th, and your girl does not feel like getting ready today. Like, I just don't. I threw on some eyeliner, didn't even put on foundation, didn't even care enough to do that. Don't care about my hair, don't care about what I'm wearing. It is literally one of
whoever said it before, Amber's production values compared to Foodie's, it's like night and day. Like I could crack on Amber all day long, but as far as just comparing the quality of their videos, Amber's videos are just so much better done. Like she's always, got a new outfit. She's always like got her makeup done. She does multiple camera angles. She shows like the different foods. She tries to like she actually tries to like make a channel, it feels like.
them days. I just want to start this off with my weigh-in. It's not pretty, it's not good, and I do want to talk a little bit about it. So here it is. February 5th. Alexa, what's the date today?
Good afternoon, Amberlyn. It's Wednesday, February 5th.
I woke up swollen again.
Hello.
Woke up swollen.
It's ready.
Stepping on.
511.2 pounds.
511.2.
So did she gain on the Ozempic? So on the Ozempic, she gained weight? Is that what she's saying?
And that's after eating only 2,100 calories yesterday.
No, that's not possible. How did you gain weight only eating 2,100 calories? If Amber is being honest, which is probably not true, she's probably lying, but if she's being honest, let's just do the hypothetical. The only way that she could be eating that amount of calories and gaining weight is if this really is like a lymphedema situation where it's like water weight. And if that is the case, then the weight will come off as soon as the water weight comes right off. So this is something where if it is water weight, she shouldn't worry about it because the water weight will eventually come off anyway. And then when it does, then she'll see all the weight loss.
Talk more about that in a minute. I gained 2 pounds overnight, literally eating 2,100 calories. And it's like, that is a moment where my body is choosing to do what it wants to do. Because
really
I have lipedema and lymphedema, as you guys know. I feel like...
All right, now this is where Amber... A minute ago, I praised Amber for the quality of her videos and how they were better than Foodie's. Now, when it comes to this part of her video, it's exactly like Foodie's. The part where she tells lies and gaslights her viewers and tries to make them think that she's actually a healthy girl, only 2,100 calories a day, eating her BLTs and her 0-calorie sodas, but somehow her body betrayed her, and she's gaining, her body is just gaining weight anyway, even though she betrayed by her body. Again, what is it with these girls being betrayed by their bodies, right? You think you can trust your body?
Like every 2 seconds.
And then they say they want to celebrate their bodies, but their bodies betray them. Don't celebrate betrayal. That's my advice. Never celebrate betrayal.
But it's the truth. It's something I'm suffering with. And it's really hard and conflicting because, like, people with lipedema and lymphedema, it is easier for them. By the way, that is my
No, I have not seen Rally in a while. I've
had people ask,
too.
is that a cute little pink mop? No, it's a broom. I just always have it out random parts of my home because I like to do cleaning rounds, as you guys know. Anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. But so it is conflicting having issues with like my gallbladder and pancreas, but then also having issues with lipedema and lymphedema, because what helps lipedema and lymphedema is a low carb, high fat diet.
Huh? Is that true? I mean, I believe low carb helps, but is the high fat necessarily true? Like, if she means proportionally high, I guess that's, just because of the if you have to cut one thing, calories have to come from somewhere. But I'm not so sure what she means by high fat. I'd be interested to know what she means by high fat.
Whereas that's the diet that'll trigger my gallbladder and trigger my pancreas. So it's like, okay, so it's just all very conflicting and frustrating. So long story short, I would rather have issues with my lymphedema and my lymphedema versus obviously organs inside of my body. So that is why I choose not to do like a really high fat, protein based, low carb diet.
Huh? This is the kind. Why is she the one? Okay, you are not the one to make that decision, Amber. That is the decision that your dietitian should be making. That is the decision that your nutritionist and your doctor should be making. This is exactly the kind of thing where I'm a big believer in advocating for yourself and researching your conditions and understanding the science and the nutrition and all of that kind of thing. I believe in educating oneself and being an informed patient. But you shouldn't just diagnose yourself and decide your own course of treatment when you haven't consulted a doctor first. Talk to the doctor first and see what they say, and then, make your decision. But yeah, Dr. Lynn has decided that it's healthier for her to eat a high carb diet because a low carb diet is going to give her kidney problems. Or excuse me, the high fat diet, that is the only other option, is going to give her kidney problems, according to her.
Because it does make my pancreas and my gallbladder hurt. It's just something that I have to deal with. And I can be in a calorie deficiency all day long and still.
Why does she call it a calorie deficiency? Why can't she just, it's a calorie deficiency? I got to look up the definition of a deficiency versus a deficit.
This does not react. Honestly, the winning choice here, the conclusion of it all is I probably should not be weighing myself daily. I have not been weighing myself daily in a very long time, and I only wanted to do it for this series.
Okay, a deficiency, I just looked up. A deficiency is a lack or shortage, a failing or shortcoming. It's not a calorie deficiency. It's not like you're supposed to be having more. A calorie deficiency would be if you're supposed to be having 2,500 calories and you're only getting 900. That's a calorie deficiency. When you're intentionally cutting the number, it's a deficit. All right. Enough with the vocabulary lesson.
But I'm realizing more than ever, it literally puts me in the worst place because I ate 2,100 calories. She doesn't even have her vocabulary right. Super happy about that. Like, I went to bed proud of myself, and then to wake up and see that I gained 2 pounds, like, to the average person, it's like defeat.
Okay, one other thing here. Amber, you are so full of crap. You have been on a bazillion diets, so you know this as well as anybody. And anybody in the chat who's ever been on a diet knows this true. You do not, the scale does not change based on what you ate yesterday. It can take a week or more to see any change on the scale from a change in your diet or your activity levels. If I go on a diet today, I might not see a change on the scale for a week. And that's if I went on a crash diet. So if you go on a small controlled diet, it could take much longer than a week. So yeah, it takes time. It takes time. And I guess, if you do something drastic, like you cut out water or something, you can see it more quickly. But if you're just doing a calorie deficit, it takes time to see the result. So for her to say, oh, I gained weight the next day, that's not from what you ate the day before.
They're like, wow, how did I gain 2 pounds? With me, it's like, it's fluid, it's water retention, it's all these stupid and annoying things.
That sounds,
and it's like, yeah,
sounds
sure, I
correct
know
to me.
that, but like at the same time, it makes me anxious. So I can't be doing the daily weigh-ins. I can't, and I hate to let people down, but I'm genuinely telling you, my new like 2025 slogan.
There's only like 3 minutes left on this. All right, so we're gonna watch we're gonna watch it out to the end. There's not much more left.
Which I feel like everyone should be saying this is, I need to protect my peace. I can't do it. Like, it put me in such a bad headspace.
I thought she said for a second, I need to protect my piss. I was like, what?
Y'all, I'm genuinely so annoyed. Like, I have no words for it. I swear I'm not crashing out, I'm not spiraling, but this whole vlog is gonna seem that way because it's like, every step of the way, I'm like, oh, I was gonna weigh myself daily. Oh, now we're not doing that. And it's just like, the next thing I'm about to say. Sundays are my semaglutide day. I was supposed to message the providers
Angel. Have a good
2
evening.
weeks prior to me needing a new vial. And I did that.
Get some
I even
sleep
vlogged
and have
to let you guys know that I did that.
evening.
As the days are getting closer and closer, it still hasn't shipped. So I messaged them and I'm like, I'm gonna be taking my literally my increased dose because I was supposed to double my dose. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be taking it late because you guys are not shipping it.
So I'm going to be doubling my. So hold on. So all of this happened, and she was still on her initial dose. Don't they taper you up? Again, I'm not an expert on these GLP-1 agonists. I believe that's what they call the family of drugs. These weight loss peptides. But don't they taper your dose up? Don't they start you at a very low dose and then slowly increase it? So if she's been on the absolute lowest dose for this whole time, then it might not have even been doing much of anything.
And they're just like, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience.
And that's a good point.
And I'm like, what do I say to that? I don't know. Like, it's okay, I guess, question mark. Like, this is a medicine. And it's like, I'm relying on this company to do the right thing. So already not getting it in time has been highly frustrating. So I was supposed to get it before the Sunday, which was just a few days ago. Like, today's Wednesday. And then they were like, nah, psych, like, you're gonna get it on Tuesday. And I'm like, okay, fine, I guess I'll take it a couple days late. Like, it's fine. I messaged the provider to see what he thought, and he said it's gonna be okay. So yesterday came around, which was Tuesday.
Hey, welcome in, Tanky. Good to see you.
And I didn't. So then I was like, fuck. I woke up today and I was like, hopefully I'll get it today. I checked.
Tanky's got a great channel. Be sure to check out Tanky.
It did arrive. It did. But it's the wrong dose. It's the wrong dose.
So it arrived, but it's the wrong dose. And I'm not going to say that's impossible, but why do I have a feeling that she probably could just take like half of the shot? I mean, I don't know how it works. Maybe it's like an automatic injector or something, but can't you like measure out a dose? Maybe you can't. I don't know.
Frustrated and I'm done. It's like all these little things today are like, I don't know, just really getting to me. Just everything is getting to me. I cannot wait for my.
And if any of my mods want to post a link to Otanky's channel, you're very welcome to do so.
First therapy appointment tomorrow. Like, I just feel like the weight of the world is on me currently, and it's like,
and here's a link to this video, by the way,
company that I am relying on for like a medicine that I'm injecting inside of me, how are they not only going to be late, but they're going to ship me the wrong dose? Like, what do I do with that? I'm frustrated.
I understand that's frustrating, Amber, but it feels like something where this is like only the second week you're on the medicine. It's not like this has been going on for weeks and months and months. And okay, the first time they're getting it to you, they make a small error. They're going to get it corrected. I mean, I'm not saying it's okay that they made an error, but I've got a feeling that she's making this into a much bigger problem than it is.
And I'm done. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Aberlin's about to quit semaglutide. Like, literally, it wasn't like that until this situation. I love the thought of semaglutide and Ozempic and all of it. Like, I don't want to think about food. I don't want the food noise. I don't want to be hungry.
So she doesn't want to quit taking it, but because they couldn't get her the medicine, the exact right dose on the exact right day, she has to quit. She loves taking the medicine. She loves not having to worry about eating less. But because they couldn't get the medicine to her correctly, she's got to stop.
Like when semaglutide is really working and when Ozempic would work in the past, like that shit like felt phenomenal to me. But it's literally not even working.
Wow.
You guys have been hearing me say that for weeks now. And I was like, I'm fine. I'm going to keep giving it a
sorry,
chance.
dealing with all
then
that,
it's
Fiona's
late,
mom.
days late. And then once it does arrive, it's not even the right.
Maybe we can get some hearts in chat for Fiona's mom or anybody else who's going through any struggles right now. I know a lot of you folks are dealing with a lot, various ways. And for Skinny Queen also, if she's watching anywhere. And exactly, she does want to eat. She does not want to really get healthy.
Right dose. Like I'm just so frustrated right now. Like I don't even have words. All right, so I'm gonna have some Pringles. This is 100 calories. I'm also gonna have 2 of these Duke's hot and spicy shorty sausages for 130 calories. I also had an Uncrustable grape. It's literally my favorite for 210 calories.
All right, there's No Tanky's channel. Thank you, mods, for getting that in there. Okay, we got one more. Close it out now tonight. We're gonna close it out with a glitter and lasers update because she has not posted a video on her. What is this? Back pain from breastfeeding? What the heck's that with glitter and lasers? All right. Anyway, yeah, let me share the glitter and lasers tab. So let me get this over here 1 second. Where's... Here we go. Dr. Amron. Exactly. All right. So we're going to get a clip. All right. So Anna has gone back to the ALS Center, the Advanced Lipedema Treatment Center. And let me give a little backstory first. Oh, actually, let me post a picture first, and then let me share the tab. So let me share the tab that she's on. Hopefully you can see this. Let me change this real quick. Oops. There we go. Okay. So Anna has been getting her surgery. So here she is, first getting to the hospital. Let's see this.
Dr. M.
Oh, yes. Let me do the volume adjustment also real quick. So let me give also a background. So Anna has gotten multiple liposuction surgeries on her body and then has gained back every pound that she's had removed. And now she's getting a third liposuction and a skin removal surgery on her arms because apparently her arms hurt because she has lipedema in her arms and she has to get it removed. And she has to go on pain management or something? Interesting.
With Dr. M.
So I forgot my special underwear. So we're currently running back to the hotel to get the right underwear so we can film the pre-op stuff.
So she's telling us how she forgot her special underwear. Okay.
I can't believe I forgot the underwear. I can't believe I forgot it.
And why is Anna's skin always so bad? Like, I'm not trying to make fun of her, but for an influencer, you'd think that she would have found like a makeup company to sponsor her by now.
Just waiting for the car now. Just picked up the underwear, but realized I left my
brain fog. Why can't she just say that she forgot her underwear? Why does she have to blame it on something?
key in there, so that's an adventure for later. And now I am back at the Roxbury again.
The first thing you get when you come to your pre-op appointment is your go-home bag, and in there.
And why does her hair always look so so unwashed and like skanky? Like if somebody told me this woman was an influencer, I wouldn't believe them until they showed me her channel.
Like my compression for my arms, like wound care, the thing I need to wash with. So it's all the things you'll need both pre and post surgery?
Just met with the nurse, and now I'm doing all my informed consent paperwork, which is basically just
Informed consent. This is because she's vastly overweight for anesthesia. So there's a chance she could die on the operating table. So they need to make sure she's signed away, all that stuff. In fact, that's why she had to go to California to get the procedure, because no one in Texas was willing to perform the liposuction on her because she was so heavy that they didn't want to give her the anesthesia.
be signing off on the surgery, and I have extra paperwork this time because I'm having that brachioplasty. I also filled out a lot of information for my anesthesiologist to make sure that everything went smoothly the next day. Sign away my life.
The sign of a good surgeon is treating plus-size bodies in a surgical robe that fits. The sign of a good surgeon is not gaslighting the patient into getting unnecessary surgery. The only surgery that Anna arguably needs is weight loss surgery. Seriously. And I'm going to, you know something else? I'm going to just posit this. Why is she spending all this money on plastic surgery, but she doesn't get like some chemical peels for her face? Why doesn't she get her hair done? Why doesn't she put on some makeup? Why doesn't she get like a push-up bra? Like if she wants to do all this stuff to change her body and she just wants to buy stuff to make herself look better, why doesn't she buy stuff that might actually, you know, make her look better?
How y'all doing?
The next phase of pre-op is taking a photo.
I don't need this.
And the way she's always just like throwing her body. Okay, this is post-op. She had liposuction on these legs. 2 sets of liposuction on these legs. Do they look any different? Maybe. This is post-op. This is after the 2 surgeries on these legs. This is the after. Does anybody remember the before? Because I don't remember the before being that much worse. Right? Like what is... This is supposed to be the skin that's been smoothed out and sculpted. Do these legs look like they've been sculpted to you? Because that's what they call it, advanced liposculpting. Do they look sculpted to you? I'm not seeing any sculpting. Unless they were trying to carve out like an aqueduct or something. Step away from the cake. The number's on the floor, so you stand on the correct position. I think those numbers are the maximum weight for this floor.
This one hurts.
This one hurts. This one hurts for her to do. Why? I thought he removed the painful lipodemas. I thought she was in pain because of all the lipedema that he removed. Oh yeah, and her calves. Look at her calves. Look at her thigh compared to her calf. Her calf looks big, but relatively normal, doesn't it? She doesn't have like a huge cankle. She's getting liposuction on her calves. Why is she getting liposuction on her calves when she doesn't have cankles? She's got these massive deposits of fat up on her thighs, but she's getting more surgery on her arms. And remember what she said about how lipedema is this lumpy, hard fat. Her arm doesn't look like that. Her arm looks smooth. It doesn't look to be full of lipedema. It looks to be what she called healthy fat. So I'm not sure what's going on here. It just looks like they're removing so-called healthy fat that she can't lose. I don't know.
Now I get to put my clothes back on. Whoa. Big woman, small room, you know. And we finish up. Yeah, my pre-op.
Okay, so that's one video. Let's get a look at another one. This is her actually getting the surgery. Let's see what some of you folks have to say in the chat, because I know I've been ignoring you a little bit. That doctor sure looks legit. She's flawless. How dare I? Yes, so tanky. Anna is not a confidence queen. She's the cringe queen. She loves getting attention. She doesn't care if it's good or bad. Welcome in, Stackish. Yeah, I think the insurance might actually be covering it. Anything. That's fair, Jamie. To be fair, it's better than it was. But it's still, I still think though, but let's be honest for a second here. If she had gone on a program of weight loss and had just lost 20 or 30 pounds, I think it would look better, or at least it wouldn't look any worse. Or let me rephrase that. If she had lost the weight and then got the surgery, I think it would look massively better. I think she could really get herself looking good if she had done that in that order. Exactly. Most of the time they want you to lose the weight first. I think I'm not against Anna getting surgery, by the way. Let me make that clear. I'm not against her getting surgery, but I think she's doing it out of order. I think the doctors are just giving her the surgery before her body is ready for it. And she claims that she's been doing all these treatments for years, but she never has any evidence of it. All right. All right, she's got the music on this one. Let me cut that off. This is the woman who was in so much pain just standing there. Now she's doing these dances. Look at this face. This. And what are with these glasses? These are like prop glasses. They're so huge.
Going up.
Yeah, I'm going to do a trigger warning and just not, I'm going to skip the trigger warning and just not watch that. Let's go see this now. Her post-surgery look. Let's see the post-surgery look.
How are you?
Here we go. This is my first surgery of this nature, and I will have to have more in the future. How many of these surgeries are you going to have, Anna? How many times are you going to have to get liposuction?
Very heavy fullness and below.
Yeah.
Heavy fullness and below. So if it's very full, then why do you have to do skin removal? If it's full, why do you want to remove skin if it's so full? Isn't skin removal something you do on loose skin? And if you're going to do skin removal, how about you remove that back cleavage? Or can you push that onto the front? That's what Anna needs to do. She needs to push this cleavage to the front. If they had a surgery for that, that's what she should get.
It's all gonna go away.
Yeah.
I do it like tailoring of the human body, so it's gonna be pretty wild.
Great. Get back hands up.
Her arms have been in pain for a while. That's why she's never once complained about them.
I don't want you raising your arms above 90 degrees.
Okay.
At the
98 degrees?
90.
It's just one night.
Oh, no.
Her arms are in so much pain. Look at how she's got to do her hand. She's always doing that hand jive dancing stuff where she's waving her arms around, and she's always doing that jazz hands thing where she waves her hands in front of the camera. Now we're supposed to believe that it hurts for her to move her arms. Her arms are in pain. It hurts to move my arms because of the painful lipedema in my arm. I can't move my arm. It hurts too much. I need to get this surgery. But watch me do jazz hands. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Oh, Jay!
I do sponge baths, things like that.
Just like you sponge the body.
It looks really ugly. It's purple, and then a little blood gets on it, and then it looks, brown and all that stuff. And then when you peel it off, it looks like this beautiful, butterfly coming out of its cocoon, and you just see this nice little thin line. So one of the unadvertised benefits of the surgery is that you will lose some armpit hair.
Oh, shots darn.
All of this is gonna go, and more, but in terms of skin.
Oh, look, she's so brave. She's so brave. She doesn't, my lipedema hurts the most when it's squeezed. I don't believe anything this woman says.
And the lipedema. I know you love it.
It feels good.
Her arms were in so much pain, her friend had to tell her stories to distract her. What about all of her pain management pills?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, of course she got the hug. Somebody in the chats pointed that out. Of course she forced the hug. Good night, Nancy. Well, she's the one getting liposuction. Hold on, Ibista. If you got 6 liposuction surgeries, wouldn't you use one of them to take care of that? If you were getting 6 liposuction surgeries, don't tell me you wouldn't use one of them for that. I'm just saying. If I was going to get liposuction, I would get it on my problem areas. Wouldn't get it on my calves. All right, let's let this.
Who's that?
Okay, we got one more video tonight. And this is prep for my Anna video on Saturday. Okay, so let's see Anna's post-surgery.
I can tell you, we do this over and over and over again. So we got it.
Dr. Amaron is
Yes.
marking my calves where I'll be having lipedema removal as well. And then he's also adding
lipedema removal on the calves. Those calves are totally smooth. Her calves are smooth. Let's look at these calves again.
I can tell you, we do this over and over and over again. So we got it.
Dr. Amaron.
Those calves are smooth. I'm not seeing any. I mean, maybe it's stage 1 lipedema. I am not seeing any. Those are smooth calves. It's the only smooth part of Anna's body.
Amaron is marking my calves where I'll be
That is the only part of her body that does not have like a huge buildup of fat in it.
having lipedema removal as well. And then he's also adding his marks to the arm because he'll do the removal of the lipedema before the brachioplasty.
It's wild to look at my arms right now.
The anesthesiologist stopped by to confirm a few things, and then I was just waiting to go into the OR. And then it was just a quick Hebe cleanse.
And again, also just to reiterate, I am not against plastic surgery, but I think Anna is doing herself a disservice. Because she's getting liposuction and then gaining the weight back every time. And eventually it's going to lead to complications. And I don't like how she's encouraging her audience to imitate her. Because she's actively telling them to seek out treatment that she's getting. She's not saying, hey, I'm doing this for me. Don't do it for you. This is what I'm doing. She's saying, hey, be like me. Do this.
Wash, and I got comfortable on the table.
Better? Yes. Surgery time. Let's go. Shake it off. Shake it off. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, man.
The anesthesiologists find ways to make the surgery fun. Yeah, it's called injecting you.
I should have done a big transition where I shook it all off. You could have been shaking. I know, I should have shaken it off.
My lipedema is more advanced, and I have a lot of fibrosis, which means when the doctor is taking it out, it's like cement, and they have to break it up. Now, as you can see, I'm awake during all of this, and it's really just uneventful. You just feel like you're
Anybody who's uncomfortable watching surgery, I probably should have mentioned this, but you might want to look away for a moment. This shouldn't be too graphic, but just look away for a moment.
staring at a blue tarp for a long time. Now, this part of the surgery took a little over 3 hours to do, and I'm very grateful to Dr. Amaron because he's like so laser focused in getting the fibrosis out of my body.
I can tell you.
All right, we got one last video of Anna. Well, Nutty, welcome in, Nutty. I missed you coming in there. Exactly. Why work it out when you can just suck it out? And then you can gain it back. Box, a case, a cavern. Just everything about her is very false. Everything is very performative, and she sells her brand on being authentic, which is very hypocritical to me. Well, you know why it is. Here you are, because they would not. It was not safe to put her under anesthesia. She was too heavy to put her under the anesthesia. That's why she had to go to California to get this procedure. In Texas, there was no doctor that was willing to do this because it was just she was too heavy to do it safely. I've got to cut out the music before I get a Okay, see, here's the thing. They have loose skin after sucking out the fat. But why didn't she try to lose some of the weight before they did the skin removal? Because now if she gains the weight back, this could potentially pop open. I actually knew a guy, I think I mentioned this, who had a weight loss surgery. He had the gastric bypass, and then he ate so much it ripped open, and he almost died. And later on, I believe he did die. But I mean, I didn't know him that closely, but I did know a guy that happened to. Welcome in, Willie. It takes a lot of effort to be able to keep eating through this kind of getting multiple surgeries and then just to continue eating. He doesn't want her to go to sleep during the surgery because they're concerned if she goes to sleep, she might not wake up. They're concerned that if she stops breathing, they won't be able to get it started again, which is pretty scary. So this is the surgery they're doing. This is the This is a pretty severe surgery. And when I say severe, I don't mean like, brain surgery or anything like that. But this is not, like a simple, Botox injection. This is a lot, this is a pretty serious wound. And for somebody her size to have an incision like this is asking for trouble. It's asking for infection. I don't understand why she would want to go through all of this for vanity. Ultimately, she claims she needs it for pain, but that pain story only, showed up a few months ago. I really believe this is for vanity, and that's why I can't understand why she doesn't want to lose some weight if it's for vanity. If it's for vanity, then lose some weight and be vain and change your look. But if you want to look like you've lost weight, then why not just lose the weight? All right. Let's see this one here. This is for her new show about breastfeeding. I don't even know what that is. And yeah, that's basically it for Anna. So let me see if I have something else I can throw on real quick, because it's still a little bit early. I think I have another good video I could put on. Exactly, Nutty. Exactly. I gotta actually, I don't know if it's gonna give me a copyright strike, but it's toward the end of the night, so let me put it on. 1 second here, folks. Let me put on the bumper. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I can put on. I got Jaebae. Let's put on some Jaebae. I've actually got a few reels I had set aside. Where is it? What I deal with as a fat activist. Here we go.
As a fat activist. Trigger warning. This video contains mentions of hate speech, fat phobia, racism, and targeted harassment.
All right. If that doesn't have you scared already, I don't know what will.
Viewer discretion is
Beware.
advised. For all those who say I don't experience racism because I am mixed and light skinned.
But do they actually know that do they actually know what race you are, though? Or is this just somebody just being mean? I mean, and yes, this is nasty. I'm not defending this language. This is bad language. People shouldn't write this stuff. This is inappropriate. Don't write this kind of language. This is very rude. But does she really get a lot of these, or is this just something that she gets at random?
Can explain yourself. How does a message telling me to unalive myself and ending with a racial slur make sense then? Make it make sense. Welcome to the inbox of a fat activist, where trolls never sleep, and the hate is always creative though not.
Look, you shouldn't be mean. Don't send mean messages. But the thing is, exactly, Nutty, there's no way to know where these messages are from. There's no way to know how many of these she actually gets. These could easily be made up. I mean, and I'm not saying that Jaebae would make something up. I know she's a very honest person who would never lie. But, it could happen.
Not very original. This is what I wake up to most days, and yet, here I am, still advocating, still.
I guess my question is this, though. Jaebae, you choose to be a public figure. You choose to be an unapologetic fat activist, as you say. You say that none of this bothers you, and you're going to keep on protesting, and nothing is going to stop you. Then why do you give attention to the so-called haters? Why do you give attention to these people who criticize you if it's not going to stop you?
Still fighting, still existing unapologetically. Why? Because this hate proves just how much this work is needed.
I'm not sure if it proves that. I think this just proves that you pissed off a lot of people.
Racism, anti-fatness, harassment is a constant, from the racial slurs to the body shaming. The vitriol thrown my way only reminds me of how much work there is left to do. This is my reality.
Okay, she's run out of good ones now. She's run out of good ones here.
Every day, I'm confronted by people who want to reduce me.
Yep, she's run out. Look, she's run out of actual insults, because now it's getting into just like reasonable comments.
me to their hatred. They want to silence me, but I won't allow.
Yeah, these have become a lot less insulting now. So that I think she ran out of act. I think maybe she had like a few like really mean comments that she'd saved for over a few years.
I'll be even louder. I'm not going anywhere. Every hateful message you send.
This was not even a hateful message. This is just kind of like I mean, maybe it's a little bit direct, but I would not even call this hateful. I'm sure if you went to the gym and lost enough weight to be classed an average person, you would be happier if you didn't need to buy 2 seats. That's not even hateful.
Only fuels my fire to keep
eat less and go to the gym. That's maybe that's not polite, but that's not even hateful.
Fighting, to keep educating, and to keep showing up for everyone who's ever been made to feel less than. I'm still here, and
these last ones weren't even though hateful.
And I'm not backing down. What I deal with as a
okay, the fact that she didn't even have enough for a full video tells me a lot. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, this one looks good.
Fat people have great sex too, just
maybe they can. I don't know about this one.
Like anyone else, and are more.
We're tired of being asked about our sex lives like we're some freak show. Fat people don't owe anyone an explanation about our bodies, our desires, or how we experience love. So why'd you make this video?
Than capable of having.
Bro, how does he get it
in? Great sex life, end of story. The idea that fat bodies aren't desirable or can't have fulfilling sex lives is outdated. And
well, you know something? I'm going to say actually, I think she's actually has a little bit of a point here on this one. Just because you're big doesn't mean you can't do your thing. But I do know this, that when I was heavier, I certainly had a lot less energy. And that was less energy for everything, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah. I mean, and just speaking as a guy, if you get too heavy, your stuff might stop working. So I'm just, speaking as a guy there. I know that there's certainly plenty of issues with being too heavy, but
harmful. We have sex just like anyone else. It's about communication, comfort, and finding what works for both of us. It's 20.
When she says finding what works for both of us, I don't think she means intercourse.
2024, let's stop assuming what people can or can't do based on their bodies and start respecting how we all experience intimacy. Fat people.
Okay, that was cringe.
They're making a whole lot of changes.
I gotta turn off. Okay, I can't do the music one. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is the one about the airplane. We've already seen that one. Let's watch these two again.
I love you.
I can't use the music.
Up, because we're about to go on a little educational journey. First things first, I have never said that obesity is a disability.
But isn't it? Like, if you're 700 pounds, aren't you disabled? Right? Like you can be disabled from being obese. Like I think that is absolutely possible. Like if you're 700 or 800 pounds, you're disabled.
So if you're here for that argument, you're on the wrong
I got so
flight.
behind the comments.
Let's be clear. Being fat does not automatically mean you're disabled. Repeat after me. Fat and disabled are not the same thing. Good job, class. Now let's talk facts. It's 100% possible to be fat and disabled at the same time. Shocking, I know. But here I am, a living, breathing example. My disabilities don't disappear because I'm fat, and my size doesn't negate my disabilities.
Your size doesn't negate your disabilities. What are your disabilities, Jaebae? Let me give you a spoiler here. You know what Jaebae's disabilities are? High blood pressure and back pain. Those are certainly not things that are caused by obesity, right? Nobody's ever gotten high blood pressure or back pain from being obese.
Coexist. They're like roommates who don't always get along.
And why does she keep saying she's gay if she has a boyfriend? Is she saying he's not a man or something? Like, I don't understand that.
But they're stuck with each other. So, to all the keyboard warriors out there who love to educate me on my own body and life, please take a seat and maybe try using Google before you comment. Because, spoiler alert.
But obesity is a disability once you get to like a certain size. An erotic video with those two would be like, would be X-rated, but more for like gore than anything else. I understand you, Nirvana. Well, we're gonna shut it down. I have to shut it down actually after this one anyway. So, let me actually put on the music because I am gonna shut it down now. It's time to get some sleep for me. But yeah, we had an awesome show tonight. Thank you so much. You folks have been awesome. Gonna say good night and start putting on the music a little bit. She would be on OnlyFans showing her business to everybody, I've got a feeling. Because Jaebae cannot get off social media. Mentally disabled dating app. Well, hey, well, you know, sex with an oxygen tank. That's hot. Ah, okay. There you go. I didn't consider that. She might be bisexual. Welcome to Angel Glass, by the way. Oh, thank you so much, Feast. I will. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, no worry, Nutty. Thank you for coming in. She probably does, Elisa. Probably wants to torture us with that. Anyway, you folks have been an awesome audience. I always appreciate having you all here. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the different points of view. I love that we can disagree sometimes, and you know we can still have, I think, some really great conversations on here. So I really enjoy this. Let me put on the little bumper. Where is it? We'll end with this one. Ooh, I will, Denise. Thank you for reminding me again. Because if she's really lost 100 pounds. Oh, and who was that who said about finding Evie? I got to check her out, too. I saw that in the chat. I missed that. Somebody, but whoever you were who mentioned that, that's a good comment. Thank you. Tony videos. Who's Tony? Oh, you're Tony. Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, you did great. You have good videos. Oh, we did watch Pig Fairy last week. That's right, we did. But I didn't actually get a good look at her body. I didn't see how much weight she lost. Yeah, good night, everybody. Good night, Emily. Thank you for coming in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Yeah, so please leave a like if you enjoyed the show. Be sure to leave a subscribe, click that bell. You folks are awesome audience. Oh, you're not Tony. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, well, sorry for the confusion. But thank you, Otanky. Check out Otanky. All right. Good night. Good night, everybody.